First at 4, a new twist in Michigan's battle over abortion. We'll talk about why a judge is siding with Planned Parenthood. President Biden and the First Lady traveling to Buffalo to offer comfort, condolences, and warning Americans we are at a dangerous tipping point.
This venom, this violence cannot be the story of our time.
The president's message about overcoming hate and fear. And Brett is tracking the forecast. Brett.
Nice day today, lots of sunshine, but rain already on our doorstep. We'll talk timing and amounts coming up right now. First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Devin Skillian in today for Karen. We start with breaking news in Michigan's battle over abortion. Planned Parenthood filed the suit challenging a decades-old law. Today, a court of claims judge suspended the dormant ban on abortion, which would make it a crime to assist in the procedure. The judge says it likely violates the state constitution. It's a law from 1931. It, of course, has been on hold for these many years because of Roe versus Wade being the law of the land. But the United States Supreme Court seems poised to overturn that ruling later this summer, which could put that 1931 law back into effect here. Attorney General Dana Nessel is the defendant in this suit, even though she has said her office won't enforce the ban today. Her office says it won't appeal the ruling. Tonight at 5, more reaction and what might now come next. Also today, another American president visits another makeshift memorial for victims of a mass shooting. This time, President Biden talking about the poison of white supremacy and warns the nation should not be distorted by a, quote, hateful minority. Kimberly Gill continues our coverage of the president's visit to Buffalo. Kim?
Hi, Devin. Yeah, good afternoon to you. The president and first lady arrived in a city that's heartbroken after a gunman killed 10 black people at a supermarket. The president offered comfort, but also warned the country is at a dangerous tipping point, challenged to make a choice between our best ideals and our worst impulses. We just saw how the president and first lady stopped at the growing memorial outside the Tops supermarket there in Buffalo. During their visit, they met with families, first responders, and community leaders as well. They arrived 3 days after that deadly shooting attack. Police say a teenage gunman specifically targeted the store because he knew the customers were mostly black. Investigators say he also posted racist rhetoric online. Today, the president declared evil will not win in America, but he worries too many people are not standing up for what's right.
Hate and fear are being given too much oxygen by those who pretend to love America, but who don't understand America. To confront the ideology of hate requires caring about all people, not making distinctions.
And the president of the NAACP appreciates the condolences, but he says he's more concerned with preventing similar violence. It's unclear if Biden can make progress. Proposals for new gun restrictions have been blocked by Republicans, and racist rhetoric only seems to grow louder. We'll have more from Buffalo tonight at 5 and on NBC Nightly News at 6:30. For now, though, Devin, we'll send it back to you.
All right, KG, we'll see you soon. The FDA has now authorized a booster dose of the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. It would be given at least 5 months after the second shot. CDC's advisory panel will now meet on Thursday of this week to vote on whether to recommend that booster. The CDC director will then have the final say. The American Academy of Pediatrics reports COVID cases are up among U.S. kids for the 5th week in a row. More adults are also testing positive. Locally, Henry Ford Health says they are seeing an increase in COVID cases, and that includes hospitalizations.
There's no question that we're in a surge right now, and that if you're at risk for severe COVID disease, you should certainly wear a mask when you go out. And anyone who doesn't want to get sick, wear a mask. That's the easiest way to stop transmission. I think being outdoors is safer than indoors, especially if you can space outside. It just makes life a lot safer here.
Henry Ford Health currently has 87 patients system-wide with COVID-19 either admitted or in the emergency department waiting for an inpatient bed. Detroit police calling on an unidentified driver to come forward after a hit-and-run crash that killed a mother of 2. Investigators offered an update before noon saying they don't have many leads right now. They say 32-year-old Iris Laciaga was struck as she walked to the store in southwest Detroit near West Verner and Dragoon Court around 4 p.m. yesterday. They say it was a red Ford F-150 that hit her and then left the scene. So if you saw anything that might help with the investigation, you're urged to contact Detroit police. Police, meanwhile, are investigating a suspicious package found at a local high school and interviewing an 18-year-old student about it. A teacher spotted a backpack that just didn't quite look right at Summit Academy North High School in Huron Township. The school was put on lockdown. Police were called. So far, officers not talking about what was inside the backpack, but they say the students were never in danger once they were on the scene. Police took the 18-year-old into custody as a person of interest. An update on the investigation coming up at 5 o'clock. Now, first forecast, looking at a beautiful spring afternoon, a little cooler than last week, but no complaints here. Let's check in with Brett Collar. Brett.
You think this is cool? Wait till tomorrow. We may not get out of the 50s on your Wednesday, believe it or not. And right now we're in the 60s with the exception of some spots in our north zone. Sandusky, Port Huron at 59. It's a big difference from this time yesterday, as most of us are a solid 5 to 10 degrees cooler right now compared to 24 hours ago. But again, nothing like what's to come tomorrow. Part of the reason why a good deal of rain is on its way along with cloud cover. This evening should be quiet, but that rain is going to give way to what should be a very soggy day on your Wednesday. Everybody getting in on the action. Keep the umbrellas handy on your Wednesday. As for this evening, it's quiet but cool. We'll time out when that rain gets here coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brett. Russia has scored its first major victory in its bogged-down invasion of Ukraine. The last Ukrainian fighters at that steel plant in Mariupol have given up. More than 260 of the seriously wounded have now been taken by Russian troops. There is a plan, we understand, for a prisoner swap, though that will be at a later date. Details on that still uncertain. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country needs its heroes to be alive. The city's been under siege for nearly 3 months. Over the past 24 hours, the Biden administration has launched new steps to try to ease the shortage of baby formula, but it is going to take a while. The FDA reached an agreement to reopen the Abbott plant in Sturgis, Michigan, but it still needs approval from a federal court. Sky 4 flew over the plant today. It needs to revamp its safety protocols. It could take up to 2 months to get formula from the plant back to store shelves. The FDA moving ahead with plans to import formula, meanwhile, from other countries. Nestle is already loading up planes from the Netherlands and Switzerland with formula designed for babies that have allergies to cow's milk. Help Me Hank tracking all the efforts. He'll have the latest coming up in a live report on Local 4 News at 5. Bookstock is back after a 2-year absence, and that is good news for any of us who love to read and for some literacy and education projects in several Michigan counties, including Wayne and Oakland. Today, a big day at Livonia's Laurel Park Place, and Paula Tutman is there. She'll be with us, in fact, throughout the evening, updating us on Bookstock. Paula, what makes today so special?
Hey, Devin, love me some Bookstock. And we say that it is back bigger and better than ever. That is for real, for real. The difference between books and digital files is with digital files, you miss the opportunity to touch and feel and revel in the pages of a book. At Bookstock that stretches the length of Laurel Park Mall in Livonia, nearly 400,000 books are here for you to hunt through.
Over here. There you go. Okay.
For 20 years, Bookstock has been raising funds for literacy by selling used books.
Most of our books are $3. They're generally $1 and $3.
And what happens when you get donated books from age-old libraries? You find treasures. For the pleasure of holding a book to your heart, because the beautiful poetry touched you. To revel in the beauty of the construction of a book and its binding.
Okay, here's an older one. 1901.
To read the history and know that this belonged to someone else and was once a treasure that can now be yours.
It even smells old.
Yes, you can Google for information, but here at Bookstock, you can lose yourself in the fun of the search.
Oh, what about that one? For Dad.
Leather-bound, tattered, dog-eared, torn. A little loved, a lot cherished. There will never be anything like a book that you can hold in your hand, unless it's a book you can hold in your hand for less. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Roz Blank, co-chair of Bookstop. You've been here forever.
Forever, almost 20 years.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I was young then.
So we were talking earlier about how you've had 2 years to collect books. People have been clearing out their garages and old libraries with treasures. Let's just talk about how big this is this year.
So this is the biggest ever because, as you said, we were ready for a sale in April 2020, and you know what happened. We couldn't have it in 2020 or 2021. We were ready to go then with a huge sale, and since then people have been moving and cleaning out, and we've been taking some of those, and we're ready to sell them. So people's treasures will become your treasures.
Oh my gosh, I've seen some of those, and some of those treasures are in my car right now.
Yeah.
You also support literacy programs, right? So briefly, talk about that.
So we're all volunteers. So book stock is put on by 600 volunteers, and all the proceeds go to nonprofits for education and literacy. And you know how reading is so important. You can't do anything without reading. So anything we can do to help support the need to read, that's our tagline, we do it.
Judy Robbins, big stuff coming up at 5:30.
Yes.
At 5 and 5:30. Let's talk about the awards.
We have an essay contest for Detroit Public School Community District fourth graders. They wrote about their favorite book character and why. The winning school gets $750. The winning teacher gets $500. The student gets $150. We give over $6,200 in prizes.
Lots of fun coming up. And again, if you have not been here, you gotta come. You absolutely have to come. Stay with us throughout the show. We're going to surprise some kids with some dough and a little bit of cheddar, right? And have a lot of fun, guys. Devin, right back to you.
So great, Paula. We'll talk to you again here soon over our next 90 minutes of news coming up starting at 5.